Hey everybody, it's Negabot. It's time for yet another Quantum Suicide video. Apparently they kicked out a prologue. I'm not sure how playable it is. It did come as an EXE, the way I got my hands on it. But I don't know if it's actually interactive. But we're going to let it run anyway, and I guess I'll comment a little bit as we're going and read along, because that's what I do. So let's start. Prologue you're about to play is in the beta version, not indicative of the final quality of the game. I hope we see some sweet replacement art. Alright. How's our little ray of sunshine doing this morning? I'm probably not going to be accurate to the voices that I used before. Again! Because I'm terrible at that, but deal with it. Still unconscious, but vitals are stable. With any luck, our patient will wake up today. Does this mean I won't get to lovingly give sponge baths anymore? I've enjoyed it so much. Beatrix, what you do in your own time is none of my concern. Well, that's beepy. Nicholas, look. I love how I've already changed voices twice with her. Ter? Water, Beatrix. Water. I'll go fetch some. You do some cognitive tests. What? Where am I? I cleared my throat a few times. The voice emanating from my parched throat was scratchy and croaked. It's about time you woke up. Good morning. Let me be the first to welcome you aboard the Everett. Is this... well, it is a prologue. It's like, is this the start? My name is Beatrix. I'm one of the medical officers here. I'm sorry, but what's going on? Wait, the Everett? This is the Everett? The last thing I remember, I was in the pod and I paused. I didn't remember much of anything. Only snatches of conversations, the odd glimpse of mathematical equations, but none of it made sense. Whoa, slow down, sailor. The captain will debrief you once we've given you a clean bill of health. But until then, you're not going anywhere. You have blonde hair. I ran an idle finger through Beatrix's golden hair, poured over her shoulder in gentle curls. I know. Glorious, isn't it? I've never seen blonde hair before. Can I touch it? I guess I've still got it. Why don't we go ahead and find out how you're doing, and who you are before you try to ravish me, though, alright? I nodded at her weakly, head woozy from the movement. Perfect. So, first question. How many fingers am I holding up? 2 fingers and a thumb. Heh, I like you. We are gonna get along just fine. I aim to please. Okay. Sorry. Okay, next question. Are you a boy or a girl? I think it's pretty obvious. It's to test your basic recall. Just play along. And that's how you select your gender representation for the game. That you are, sailor, and might I say you are quite the boy. What? As a medical professional, it was my sacred duty to give you a once-over while you were unconscious. Water. Water, as you requested. Ah, Nicholas, excellent timing. This is my very handsome little brother, Nicholas. Nicholas nodded demurely at me. I inched up the bed into a sitting position and gulped down the water greedily. I didn't realize they were related, but that's kind of cool. I'm Nicholas, her younger brother. She's 2 minutes older than me, but she doesn't let me forget it. It's all right. Don't be afraid to stare. We're very well aware that we won the genetic lottery. Nicholas rolled his eyes at his sister playfully. I'll try to contain myself. Nicholas, this is You didn't even ask our patient's name? Honestly, Beatrix. Oop. I didn't mean to do that. Right-click by accident. No! Don't quit, don't quit. Go back. Okay. Sorry. Whoops. Beatrix shrugged with little effort before turning her attention to me. So, what was your name? Well, if they ask me for her last name, we're going to go with Bud. My name is Nako. Well, Nako, it's nice to see you awake at last. Thanks. Nicholas turned his attention to you. He held his fingers against your wrist firmly to take your pulse, and shined a torch in your eyes. They left little black and green spots in your vision for a moment. Shouldn't that still be me? It jumped from, like, self-narration to third-person narration, which is a little bit of a... that's a little awkward. How are you feeling? A bit hazy. I'm not sure of what's happening, if I'm honest. You have been through quite a lot, so it is expected that you're a bit out of it. How long have I been unconscious? 4 days. We picked you up a few days ago. Pupils are reacting normally, no apparent loss of fine motor skills, and you seem coherent. Any dizziness or nausea? My stomach is a bit... I think I might be sick. Doctor handed you a bucket, and you began throwing up. Again with the shift in narration, which is odd. But anyway, it appears that something I've administered doesn't agree with you. I'm so sorry. I'm a doctor. That is simply a bodily fluid. I'm more interested in what caused this reaction than this reaction itself. Never mind that. I'll have to get you to come back for some more tests later. Anything else worth mentioning? The lights in here are hurting my eyes, and I can't seem to remember much of anything. Like, I know who I am and how to speak. And there's no such thing as perpetual energy, but everything else is fuzzy. That'll be the concussion. Give it time. By the way, Beatrix, I've taken the liberty of informing the captain that our patient is awake. She'll be down any moment to debrief. We haven't even cleared. She said it was top priority. Given everything that's happened this last week, well, you can understand why. Don't protect her, Nicholas. You know as well as I do whose fault this really is. Not now. With eyebrows furrowed and deep voice hushed, Nicholas leaned in towards me. Nako, I wanted to warn you before the captain comes not to... Nicholas... Captain on deck. Woman with an air of authority and a tightly wound braid marched into the room. Ignoring all this, she glared at me with cold, steely eyes. So you're awake at last. Nicholas, report. A pained look briefly dances over his face before Nicholas turned to face the captain. Patient is named Nako. All vital signs are normal and stable for now. I'd like to run a few more tests to be sure, but overall, we picked up quite the healthy specimen. Memory? Not very useful at this point in time, but I believe it will return shortly. Dismissed? Captain, we've been... Save it, Beatrix. You can brief me later. Out. Perhaps we best go. Beatrix and Nicholas departed, leaving you alone with two strangers. You'd surmise that the one with the dark hair and the stormy eyes was the captain, but the other stayed in the dim light of the corner, her hands folded neatly together. My name is... whoa. I don't know what that accent was. Sorry. My name is... Wow, that's not it either. My name is Kimiko Yukimori. There it is. I am the captain of the Everett. You're currently aboard my ship. Now... What's going on? Let me make this crystal clear. I will ask the questions. You will answer them. Understand? I nodded, unsure how else to respond to her sudden hostility. Why are you here? What do you know of the deletion game? I have no idea what you're talking about. I see. That's a shame. I'd hoped you would cooperate. I am. I honestly don't know what's going on right now. The last thing I remember, I was inside the shuttle, and then... Actually, that's all I can remember. You're in one of our shuttles. You are wearing our uniforms. We are light years away from any habitable planet in deep space. I don't know how or why you did it, and frankly, right now I don't care. But you need to fix whatever you did to our AI this instant. Oh, so it's my fault! It's my fault she's killing everyone! Great! That's just great. I I can't help you. There's been some sort of misunderstanding. My name is Neko. I was born in that shuttle, and I've lived there my entire life. I didn't even know there were other people out there. What did you do to our artificial intelligence system? What? Maybe this will spark your memory. I? Yes, Captain. The other person stepped out of the corner towards me and bowed deeply. Her soft features, glittering hair, and pleasant smile put me at ease to the point that I was only slightly perturbed. When I realized I could faintly see through her, she was a hologram. Wow, I always knew the shuttle's interface was a modification of something more intricate, but we never had the power to spare to use the AI. This is genius. Is she hard light or soft light? Hello, my name is I. I am the artificial intelligence unit on board the military spacecraft designated as the Everett. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I totally just talked over her. Nice to meet you too. As to your question, I am a soft light hologram. I am unable to interact with the physical world at this time. Everett, the mechanical engineer, Yoshiki Sasaki is working on developing hard light application for me. That's amazing. I'd love to see your programming. That's not going to happen anytime soon. You are considered a security risk. Answer truthfully, do you wish to harm anyone upon this ship? Well, what? No. Very well, then. I am sorry to interrupt, Captain, but I have received information about this person. Explain. Captain, there is a translocator chip of Everett origin inside this person. Name, Neko. Born 9th June, 2097. Parents Y and Z. Researchers of the first generation studying quantum theory. The part of the Everett on X date in a shuttle, presumed deceased. I was unable to detect it earlier as the firmware of the chip has not been updated for several decades. It was not until I was in closer proximity that I was able to sense the signal. What? That child died. So you're telling me that our intruder is actually a child of the original generation researchers? Affirmative. The captain huffed. She paced around the small room for a few moments, her face a picture of concentration. Before long, she began questioning me once more, although this time her voice had a less abrasive, more curious tone. Where are your parents? I don't remember. That's a shame. From what Ai has told me over the years, your parents were quite the scientists. Brilliant, yet some of the theoretical models were considered insane. I was going to say impossible. I don't remember much, but I don't think it would be impossible. Well, we've got your whole life to find that out. We? Welcome aboard the Everett, Neko. As of this moment, you are officially part of the Everett crew and our mission to terraform a new home for Earth. I prepare personal quarters for our guest here. Yes, Captain. For now, you will not be permitted to leave your quarters. Do you understand? Yes, Captain. Respecting your superior officers already, I might come to like you still. I apologize for my hostility, but this is my crew, my ship. I have to protect them, and our mission, at all costs. I need to determine whether you are friend or foe. And what is the decision you've come to? I'll let you know when I've decided. Now come along. I'll escort you to your quarters. Please follow me. I groaned as I slid out of bed and onto my weakened limbs. My knees ached, and I felt lightheaded as soon as I stood up. The captain grasped my arm steadfastly and led me out of the medic bay, and into a labyrinth of caged metal hallways. The captain stopped in front of a hexagonal door that skimmed open with an audible beep upon our arrival. I stepped inside. The room was tidy and functional. It was more space than I'd ever had to myself in my life, but felt oddly impersonal. The only redeeming feature was a sprawling window that stretched the length of the room, giving an incredible view of the outside space. Here we are. I hope you find these amenities acceptable. And if I don't, please forward that complaint to no one and we'll be sure to deal with it swiftly. She surprised me with a smirk. Please find a way to pass your time in here productively. Perhaps work on getting more of your memory back, or there are some manuals and handbooks for you to read that cover safety, protocols, and basic ship information. I will send someone to bring you food, and whatever you do, do not leave this room. Is that the best idea? It didn't really work with Khan on Star Trek. Giving him the manuals, I mean. Before I could answer, the captain left without so much as a backward glance, leaving me standing awkwardly in an unknown room on an unknown ship filled with unknown people. Well, at least it's nicer than a prison cell. The ship's prison cell actually looked very similar, only the walls are painted a different color, and it locks from the outside. Huh? Wait, where'd you come from? As we previously discussed, I am a hologram. I am intimately connected with the entire ship, and can manifest myself at will in any area. Do forgive my sudden intrusion, as the captain has given me strict orders to keep you under surveillance. Of course she did. Is there anything that you might immediately require? Can you give me something to eat? Maybe ice cream? Rations are particularly low at the moment. You will have to wait until the designated mealtime to receive your allocated food allowance. And when's that going to be? Dinner is in 3 hours and 46 minutes. Awesome. Excuse me, I have other duties to perform, but will maintain surveillance on you at all times. Please do not leave the confines of these rooms. I will return shortly. Please make yourself comfortable in the meantime. With a flicker, I vanished from the room, and I was left alone once more. Now here, I thought the girl with the unicorn backpack was a childhood friend, but I kind of like that it's kind of a blank slate thing going on here. I ambled around the room for 10 minutes, inspecting wayward items, flipping through the books, but nothing removed the unease clawing at my stomach. Defeated by boredom, I laid down on the bed and watched the stars through the window. You would think that a lifetime of observing stars and galaxies drift past your window would diminish their beauty, but it didn't. I don't know if I watched the universe sail by for minutes or hours, but before I knew it, I fell asleep. Hey, Nagoblin here. Thanks for watching. If you like clicking stuff, try clicking some of the stuff that's on screen right now. It's mostly self-explanatory, though if you click the video, it should take you back one in the playlist. Unless there is no back one in the playlist, in which case, it won't do anything. If you're on mobile, none of it will do anything, because annotations don't work on there, and you're going to have to do things the hard way. Luckily, there's some links in the About section that should save you a little bit of trouble.